slip from a big whip. Fendi on my collar, I'm a real rich prick. Feel like some extra piece of off my dick. Too much sauce, bro, my heel. Caution, you might need emergency key. Coffin, anything I fought with.
Hey guys, what's good? It's your boy Kate out, the first Black Super Saiyan to everybody on this planet. I'm back here with the homies. We're gonna do that. Everybody was for supposedly saying I was hella biased in my Aquaman review. I wouldn't say I was. I would just say I was really excited about that movie. But this video, we're gonna address that shit here because they just saw Aquaman yesterday. We're gonna break down the film again. We're going to compare it to Man of Steel, BVS, Justice League, and Suicide Squad, and see how well it connects. Because everybody was getting mad, like, "Oh man, you got on the Infinity War for how inconsistent it was. Why don't you get on Aquaman?" And this what that video for. You know, everybody's saying, "Oh my God, all right, I'm gonna do it." First things first, I'm gonna ask these two. Well, introduce yourselves, whatever. So, introduce yourselves.
No, I'm Mac Man. That's what they call me around here. You know, me.
Oh, my man. Yes. Wait, we start that over? Wait,
No, we in the midst of production, bro. You better go ahead and say that.
My name is Lo, famously known as Lo. You can follow me on Instagram. Name Lo. That's Named Lo. But yeah, we're gonna get into this. You know, not a YouTuber, but headed that way.
Man, shut up. What you like about? Let's first things first. What you like about Aquaman?
Was that like an awkward intro? Like, am I supposed to talk it over? Okay, that's it.
Oh my God.
No,
right now. Okay.
Well, what do you off top? What do you like about Aquaman?
Yes.
Well, it can be whatever. What did you like about Aquaman? The movie, just it can be whatever you want. It don't let it be what I've been feeding into you. What do you like about Aquaman for you?
You know, I'm a DC fan, but DC's been, they've been messing up lately. You know, with the to me, DC should be, first of all, it needs to be serious. This is my opinion, because they're failing right now. All right, anyway, but I like Aquaman because one thing, it was serious, in my opinion, and the details were on point. And
Facts, the details were on point.
Let's see, action, the plot was great, action was great. So yeah, that's just about it.
The action was fire.
It made me yell Blueface in the movie theater.
Anything else you want to say?
Yeah, I saw Fun and Games to the potatoes when I was walking.
Sure. What's your opinion on Aquaman off top?
Alright.
Whatever you want. It's all you. You got the floor. Say what you got to say. And I'll say what I like about it.
Like the cinematics and stuff, that was real good. And compared to like Superman versus Batman, this was just like a way better upgrade. And like Jason Momoa, that's how you say it, right? Yeah, he was a perfect fit for Aquaman. And like all the actors that was in there was hecka good. That's just me. I like the cinematics the most though. But don't watch it in 3D because it'll hurt your eyes.
Oh yes, most definitely.
Yeah, that's why I told y'all. I told y'all. Good luck. Y'all wouldn't go watch that in 3D. Yeah. It really is. 3D sucks with some of these movies like
this. The whole movie.
Well, I respect that because I like a lot of things they like. Now, for me, obviously Aquaman wasn't that serious, but it wasn't a bad movie. It wasn't serious at all. Well, it was serious, but they made a bunch of jokes. It was like the way they did it for Fast and the Furious movie. But this was better than Fast and the Furious, movie-wise.
All DC.
It wasn't the Dark Knight Returns serious.
Right. It wasn't that, but it was.
Okay, but yeah.
They had fun with it, and they was able to make it serious. Like when it got to the end, when Aquaman put that suit on, he was about that business. When he put that suit on and he walked out, and that girl and his girl and his mom saw him. You know what that girl saw? It's like, man, she saw that.
The humor.
She was looking at the muscles when he came out with that suit. He took that spear, he slammed it down. Shit was tight.
The humor was way better than Justice League, and it's gonna
Facts.
The humor is gonna be better than it's Captain Marvel coming out. Not Captain Marvel. Shazam, yeah. Shazam's
probably
gonna
better,
be trash.
but
Shazam's gonna be trash. Sorry, now.
Yeah.
I can tell it's gonna be trash. The actor, no, he's a good life.
Well, let me say what I liked about the film. Y'all already know in my review I said the action was on point. I say this is probably the best action so far in a superhero film compared to like Watchmen and shit. Because in this film, what they did with the action, let's use the Marvel Universe for example, not the bash on Marvel, use it for example. In Civil War, there's a fight scene with Black Widow when she went head up with like 3 soldiers. For her to do one move on one person, they did. It was 3 cuts. They went from cut to cut to cut of her wrapping her legs around the dude's neck, spinning around, cut, and then when she dismounted and used her weight to propel him to the ground, another cut. What Aquaman did, it's like they had a camera on top of a wall, and then there was a track, and the camera was going in circles, following the fight, and you can see like them fighting. There was like no cuts there was cuts within the same scene, but when the first scene, when Aquaman mom went head up with them dudes, and she was wrecking shit, that was literally one. That was like one scene. It was like the camera was going in circles, and it was capturing everything, and it was flowing. It was CGI there too, but that shit was flowing. Not saying the MCU does action terrible, but they do too much cuts, and you don't really follow the action like that. Aquaman, you follow the action. That shit was tight. It was like one shot. It was like the raid.
It was like one take.
It was like some one take shit. It felt like it was a one take. Like, man, we did this in one take. Boom. That's the feeling. With MCU movies, you feel like they did multiple takes just to do certain combos. Not saying MCU's trash. That's what they do. That works for them. I'm not saying it's trash. I'm just saying Aquaman did action way better.
The MCU is currently better than DC. So.
Movie wise, yes, I agree.
But animation wise, no.
DC killing it. Animations, video games. They haven't made a game in a while, but man, you come out with like a Superman game, Spider-Man PS4. Fuck that shit. A Superman game come out, Spider-Man PS4 done.
The most recent bad DC animation I seen was the Ninja one. I didn't like the style of it.
Oh yeah, I didn't like
the Batman
Ninja.
Yeah, that was trash. It
wasn't like the story was alright, but it just I didn't like this style.
Well, I don't know. I think DC better in the comic. DC better overall TV shows. Even though I don't like TV shows at all for DC and Marvel, DC got the better TV shows. They got the better comics, the better animation, the better TV and movie animation, but they not doing it in live action movies. Mm-hmm. That's why I give Marvel hella props, because Marvel had less characters. When they was building their universe, they didn't have all their characters. DC had all their characters and Marvel beat them. We got an Avengers movie for a Justice League movie. That shit's crazy. But it happened. But at least we got a Justice... No. Did we get a Justice League cartoon before Avengers?
See, I don't even understand, like, how is DC even going to continue? Because didn't we just lose an actor for Batman and Superman? Like, didn't they just leave?
Well, no, Superman's still there. Jason Momoa confirmed that he's not leaving, and I mean, you can trust Jason Momoa to a degree because Jason Momoa worked directly with Henry Cavill, and they probably talk on a daily basis or something. So Jason Momoa even said that he's not leaving.
Henry Cavill left though, right?
It's still under the rug, but I strongly believe he's not leaving. Ben Affleck maybe, yeah. That was a rumor. I don't want no black Superman.
Yeah, I don't want no. Even though there is black Superman, I don't.
It ain't time for a black Superman because the real Superman is not established yet. The real Superman don't even got a sequel. This is my other issue with DC movies.
They're trying to play catch up too.
Right, they're trying to play catch up and they're moving too fast. They're moving too fast, and like we got a Justice League movie before Cyborg gets a solo movie, before Flash gets a solo movie. Aquaman got a solo movie after. It was cool, but she should have got a solo movie before. Wonder Woman got a solo movie
on the way, right? That's next, right? Wonder Woman.
No,
Wonder Woman's second movie coming.
Okay.
And we didn't even get Man of Steel 2 yet, which I'm waiting for, but they taking their time.
We got that Batman movie. That's coming. That's
coming like 2021. 2020.
I've been waiting years for that movie.
Yeah. But that's when he's gonna fight. That's when they're gonna introduce Robin, right? Or they're gonna introduce Robin and all them.
Robin dead.
Well, no, not Robin.
Gone.
Nightwing. That's when they're gonna introduce Nightwing.
Well, I mean, Dick Grayson might be alive. I don't remember who that Robin was. I think they said.
Jason Todd?
I wasn't sure. I think I heard rumors of them saying that Robin was Dick Grayson. If that's Dick Grayson, that's the last Robin. He ain't gonna hire no more Robins. But yeah, I mean.
Oh, Damian.
We don't know if Ra's al Ghul exists in this universe. Sure. If Ra's al Ghul don't exist, he ain't having no son. Well, he could have a son with another woman, but it won't be the same thing. Yeah, I mean, that's what we thought about Aquaman. Aquaman was tight for what it is. You treat it as a comedy. y'all know my issue with repetitive superhero action comedies, like a bunch of the MCU shit. I like the MCU, but they do too much action comedies. That's why when Infinity War dropped, that's why I went so hard on that shit. Because you had niggas like fucking Star-Lord, all the Guardians, Thor and them cracking jokes. They're making jokes about this nigga Thor muscles.
And Thor is serious in comics.
Right. Way more serious. And this dude, Thanos, coming. And everybody making a joke about it. The very first scene when Doctor Strange and Tony Stark met, they cracking jokes. They cracking jokes when this Asian dude Wong is like, the 6 Infinity Stones, the Asian guy. The 6 Infinity Stones. And then this nigga Strange and Doctor and Tony having a back and forth joking like, this nigga Thanos coming.
That's what I'm saying.
Be serious. He's coming.
It's a joke.
He's right around the corner. He's right there. And it was just, that's why the movie was trash to me. It was like, it was too much jokes. Like, if you look at Infinity War, you go into it. You have Cap's crew. Alright, Cap's crew is everybody who was on Earth. We can agree that you have people on space and on Earth. Out of the two groups, who was the most serious? Like, the people on Earth or the people in space? Like, Tony, the Guardians, Strange, Spider-Man. And on Earth, you got Cap, Falcon, Black Widow.
Okay, yeah, they're definitely...
They was way more serious in that movie. Way more serious. Even
they weren't even fighting Thanos head up until the end of the movie.
Right. Even Thanos was way more serious than Tony, Spider-Man, and all the Guardians. And even one of the Guardians, remember Drax?
Remember Drax supposed to be like hecka mean?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
I mean, Drax was supposed to be mad at Thanos.
And he went from it seems like he went from being
they killed his family.
He's over being serious to like
he just leaves us straight up jokes because he's like, bro, don't you want to kill this dude? He killed your family. Where your emotions at?
Exactly.
His emotions hella weird.
It's like the reaction to him hearing about Thanos when they were in that spaceship when they found Thor or whatever when they were in the spaceship, and his reaction to hearing about Thanos is just like a joke.
Because in the comics, the comic books, Drax goes after Thanos every time by himself. He doesn't in the movie he went with the rest of them. Like, they should have made it as to where he went by himself, and then it's hard to.
They all kind of chase after. They like Drax jumps a gun. They all chase after him. Like, Drax, you moving too early. We supposed to do it together, and then that's when Thanos catch them all off guard and just wrecks them. Because you gotta look at it. Because MCU Drax is way weaker than comic Drax. The comic Drax, he's strong. He's hella strong. He defeated Thanos. This Drax in this movie, he only takes out daggers. He does some wrestling moves, and it's only because Dave Bautista. But he does some wrestling moves, and that's it.
Yeah, we definitely need a more upgraded Drax. Cause
he don't need no upgrade. He didn't trash, bro. He not even green like he's supposed to be.
That's what I'm saying. But if we had a more
he a pasty.
He's ashy.
He's ashy, bro. He's not even green. He's a pasty, ashy color.
Because they gave what's that one dude with the bow and arrow? They gave him an upgrade.
Hawkeye.
That's into his story though.
Yeah,
I know. I'm just saying, but they need to give Drax an upgrade. I mean, I know it's not in his story, but at the same time,
make him right. That's not an upgrade. If
they need to give him he needs to get hit by some radiation or something.
I mean, he's already alien. He should be strong. I mean, he's durable, but his strength ain't been shown.
He's probably strong on Earth. He's probably strong on Earth.
That wouldn't make no sense.
Yeah, that wouldn't make no sense.
I mean, think about it.
Nah, they downgraded him. What did they say?
I mean, they did downgrade him. They downgraded him though, but he's not really needed on a team because even Rocket could take out that nigga.
Exactly.
Rocket could take him out. Groot can beat up Drax. Star-Lord can attach a grenade to Drax's back and blow him up. Gamora can go head up with Drax. We know Gamora fights way better than him because Thanos trained her. This movie Thanos, but I don't like movie Thanos compared to comic Thanos. Comic Thanos is way better. But alright, we got to get back in Aquaman and break this down with the other films in the DCEU because we want to hit this. We're gonna kill this before we hit the 30-minute mark. Let's compare this to alright. As far as story wise within the DC universe, you got Man of Steel, BVS, Justice League, Suicide Squad, and Aquaman.
Yep.
How well do you think Aquaman connects to past movies in the universe? Because I don't think Aquaman connects all too well with the past movies, to be honest. I mean, story-wise, how well does it connect with a lot of stuff? Because I got a big issue with a bunch of these movies and their characters.
Well, I didn't catch any Easter eggs.
I didn't catch no connections.
I didn't catch any connections. I mean, they brought up Man, they brought up Steppenwolf and the whole. Let's see.
Oh, and then he says in the movie.
Well, I mean, they did bring up Steppenwolf in his fight in Justice League, which I like that they said it and they left it. They didn't dive deep and too much into it, because they dive deep into it, they would be giving the fans too much to ask for.
Well, I mean,
because fans would have probably expected, man, where's Superman at? We're Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
There's water coming to kill everybody. We're Wonder Woman.
But you know what didn't make sense though? Because in the movie he says he doesn't play well with others, but obviously in the Justice League movie,
he's playing well with others.
He saves them. He doesn't act weird to none of them. Besides, like when they're like debating about what to do.
Yeah, I caught that too. Because
well,
that's the fault of, like, even with the MCU, that's the fault of, like, many directors. Because Zack Snyder, he directed the first few movies, and he had a certain vision for Aquaman. James Wan had a different vision for Aquaman. Even though they're the same exact character in the same universe, they both changed them up. So that's why I don't connect with. That's why I don't like when directors change up too much and I don't stick with a consistent character. But I don't fault James Wan because he can make Aquaman tight. Not saying Zack Snyder didn't make him tight because he was cool in Justice League. He was cool. I like that Jason Momoa made Aquaman his own character. He didn't try to be comic Aquaman. He tried to be his own Aquaman. He tried to be his own. But when I was watching the movie, the one thing I like, and one thing I took issue with, they didn't let the situation get so big. Because let's say, for example, Orm, his brother, did flood the planet. Then Superman, Wonder Woman, Batman, and them all got to show up. But it was just random floods going everywhere to different cities. Random floods.
Yeah.
Now, Aquaman, he was mainly in the water, traveling all over the world. Now, Superman can hear everything, we don't know what Superman's doing. Yeah. We don't know. But Aquaman, he stopped the problem before it got any bigger. That's what I like. They didn't let it get... Because let's say, for example, the world did flood and then Aquaman went to go fight Orm. Then you're going to ask, where's Wonder Woman, where's Superman, where's Batman, and go back up Aquaman.
They would have had to have a camera.
They would have had to team up. Because then it's like, the whole world's affected.
Because when stuff like that happens, that makes me mad too. When, the whole world is getting ready to blow up and...
It's only like one hero.
Exactly. There. Like, where's everyone at? Like, this isn't impossible. You know what I'm saying? They're in the same universe, and yeah, that pisses me off too.
I got one more thing. Black Manta's helmet was way
that was big, bro. I was telling you yesterday. I was telling them you wasn't here. It was funny how Black Manta went out when Aquaman threw that chain with them two ball things on it, and he threw it like a bolas at his neck, and it wrapped around his neck, and the mask. I didn't like that Black Manta didn't die. He should have died.
Yeah, because he blew himself up.
It blew up in his face. The radiation, the rays and shit, it blew up in his face. And then he hit the rocks. He fell on his neck, his back, his spine. It
made him seem like a superhuman.
He was too superhuman. And that suit, it wasn't really giving him strength and stuff. But another one, Black Manta. How did this nigga build a suit so fast?
Exactly.
This nigga.
I mean, he's smart. We don't. I mean, he's smart. I mean,
but he built it fast.
But we don't know how smart he is. That's the thing about it.
Okay, yeah, we do.
He's smart, but they made him smart too fast. He was too smart.
Yeah,
he took some random technology that he never seen before and built a suit. But I don't even think his acting wasn't even that strong though.
Like no. Yeah, it was really like when his dad got crushed. That was so corny. Like,
well, no, I would say his acting when his dad was dying was cool. Like him in other scenes, he was looking like hella mean and shit for no reason. He was looking hella mean by himself, bro. He was by himself looking mean like there was a camera there. He was like,
he was corny like.
He was just looking mean for no reason. I'm like, dude, chill. You mad for no reason.
Trash too.
He was mad by himself. That's straight up. he was mad by himself. He wasn't even mad when other people. He didn't
explain, like, when he said your job is over and they gave him the money. How did they come back? How did they come back to him if they said his job's over? Like, I didn't get that.
I don't know. He called him. He called him wherever he was in the Pacific or Atlantic or whatever, and told him to come up because he wanted to get his payment. Well, Orm went.
I'm not gonna lie.
Orm went to go directly see him. But no, he went to go. Okay, then Orm hired him to go raid that ship for some odd reason. I guess why did Orm want him to go to that ship and take it over?
I'm talking about like the second time when he gave him the suit. Like, didn't he say his job's over and like he said keep the money or something?
Oh no. He said he wants to continue to kill Aquaman.
yeah,
He's like, I'll work for you. Just I don't need any money. I just want to kill Aquaman. That's it.
Yeah.
I just want to kill the Aquaman. That's it.
There were so with the Black Manta, there were way too many like. So remember when he stole that ship that can, I guess the ship that can clone itself, whatever. It's hard to find.
The stealth shit?
Yeah, so remember when he got the knife and all that? I wanted to see more scenes of him doing more. Like, they said, okay, grandfather used his knife. I want to give it to you, okay. Remember they found him on an island? Like, I wish they would have extended his roles or whatever to him being on the island.
Well, for this film, it was really it was Aquaman and Orm's movie. Like, that's why Orm is like the second best DCU villain. He's like next to Zod, in my opinion. Zod and Orm are like the Killmongers of the DCU. Yeah. They that iconic. They that tight. But for now, I like that they kept Black Manta's role minimal because they didn't want to give him too much. Because if they gave him too much, his acting wasn't that good enough for them to give him that much. If they gave him too much, we'd probably get bored of him to like get him out of here.
Yeah, because they'll probably make an Aqualad movie and put him in there too.
Right. Like they gave us just enough for him to chill. Like, they gave us enough. He didn't need too much. He just needed that much. Like, he was just there for hired muscle. He's going to be in the second movie, but he got to come with better acting in the second movie.
Ooh, when do you think we're going to get Justice, what's it called? The whole, everyone's children is basically like Aqualad and Kid Flash. Like, when do you think we're going to get that?
They going to have to revamp the whole universe. In my opinion, to bring that in, that's going to be, because think about it. Batman's Batman's an old man in this universe. He's about to like be in his 50s and shit. He's old. He's not young at all. He's not in his 20s or 30s like he's supposed to be in the comics. He's old. Well, he's borderline old, but he can still fight and shit. He's so good, but he's too old.
Yeah.
And he's not gonna be worried about trying to bring in no young ass kid and shit. He might think about finding someone who can take his role as being Batman, but he's not looking to have like a sidekick and shit. Because remember, Batman and BVS. This is the problem with Batman and Batman. In the movies, in these movies, DCU, he's tight action-wise and visually, he's on point. But as far as his character, he's kind of lagging because in BVS, he was kind of evil. He wanted to kill Superman. Yeah, he wanted to kill him. Like he was hella evil.
Yep.
I had no issue with him killing because I wasn't even tripping. I actually liked that he was killing and shit. I actually like that shit.
Yeah, that was down.
Because I'm okay with him killing because we've seen like 4 different Batman on the movie screens already, and I was okay with a different Batman. I was okay with it. If this was the first time getting Batman on the movie screens, then I'll have an issue with Batman killing people. Because I'm like, it's too soon.
Yeah.
Too soon. But I'm okay with this because we had 4 different Batman on screen. And I was like, I'm totally fine with him killing. But if he's killing people that are doing the most heinous crimes, which he was in a way. He wasn't just killing random people. He was killing criminals. He was killing criminals. But, I'm okay with him killing because even when Batman came out first in the comics and back in the 1930s, he was a killer. Batman, first off, used to carry guns before the 70s when they changed him up and say he didn't kill nobody. Batman used to carry guns. He used to kill people. He hung a nigga from his helicopter. Mm-hmm. He wrapped some rope around somebody on his helicopter. This when Robin used to have them little booty shorts. He hung a nigga from his helicopter and killed him, bruh. He killed that nigga. He was dead. He was deceased. But, it was cool. It was cool, but, Batman, he's too old right now. They need a younger one. And then we can say, like, then we can see Superboy and shit. Superman's the right age to bring in Superboy.
Yeah.
But we don't know if him and Lois going to have a son. We don't know that yet. Or we don't know if Lex is going to create, like, a Superman clone like he did in Young Justice in the comics. And Wonder Girl, that depends. All that depends. But
I think
they definitely need to revamp the universe. But they need to keep Wonder Woman. They need to keep Gal as Wonder Woman. Keep Jason Momoa. Keep Henry Cavill and just kill everything.
I feel like it has to be like at least an 8-year process because Avengers can have that. Avengers can do a reborn
Well, I mean they can now. They're gonna have to because this is the thing about the MCU. They wouldn't bring in the X-Men. Now this is the thing that's tricky about the X-Men. The X-Men existed ever since the ancient times in the Marvel Universe. So how are they going to explain? They can't just say out of nowhere, mutants was here the whole time. They were just hiding. Nigga, that's false. Because you got to factor in all the kids, the adults, even the superheroes that are mutants. Because the mutant gene, everybody has a mutant gene.
Yeah.
And for them to say out of nowhere that all the mutants were just hiding, that's bullshit. Because you gotta factor in, where was Apocalypse? If mutants ever existed ever since ancient time, why is people acting like Iron Man's the first superhero they ever seen? Why is they acting like Iron Man's so fresh and new? Why they acting like Captain America or anything new? It's that their kind of reaction, like, oh my gosh, Hulk. But nigga, you got powers. What you tripping for? You a mutant.
Yeah.
And you tripping about a green dude? You can summon storms and shit. But you know they can't just do that in the MCU. They gonna have to reboot, like combine universes and stuff. They have to reboot, or the time travel doing MCU is going to change up shit. And then that can be a good way.
That would be
right. That would be a better way to do it instead of just saying the X-Men were there and they just were hiding.
Like they messed up the little the time
barrier.
Yeah, time barrier. Yeah. Like that.
Man, I mean, another issue I had with these DC movies. One thing I have another issue when Aquaman is not guilty of, but Suicide Squad and Man of Steel is. Wonder Woman was alive when Man of Steel dropped. So people asking is like, where was Wonder Woman at during Man of Steel when Zod came in and attacked?
Yeah.
Because Wonder Woman was alive. She wasn't dead or nothing. She was there. But she showed up in BVS. So you ask, like, where was Wonder Woman at when Zod and them showed up, and why was Superman by himself? And in Suicide Squad, why was Harley Quinn with a bat going around about the size of Enchantress who's about to blow up the planet?
Oh yeah, where the rest?
Yeah. Right, I'm over like, bruh, it's that kind of shit. It's like, where's Batman, where's Superman, where's Flash? That's why Suicide Squad was trash.
That's why those movies need. See, I think every superhero movie that has a long timeline needs cameos. You can't just like how Suicide Squad. You can't just have someone get ready to blow up the Earth and not have Flash pop out of nowhere. Or
well, I mean, issue with Suicide Squad is like all the people on the team were not strong to fight that.
Exactly. Because
there was basic Deadshot had guns. On point aim. He had probably the best aim ever that you would see so far. He never missed that. Not once in that movie. He was always, hitting his mark.
Yeah.
Harley Quinn was just crazy girl running around with a bat. Killer Croc was just some mutated dude with a bad skin condition that.
And one thing that made me mad the most is because in the comic, Green Arrow actually shows up and he shows up in Gotham City a lot, especially around the time when they had Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Green Arrow should have had a big cameo in Suicide Squad. A huge one. Because although Batman did cameo, because in the beginning...
Well, he only cameoed to capture Deadshot, but he wasn't there when Enchantress...
But Green Arrow should have showed up, like... He should have at least showed up in the fight. That pissed me off.
Well, I mean, Batman and Wonder Woman should have at least showed up. Not Flash, but Batman and Wonder Woman should have been there, because Superman was dead at the time.
Yeah.
Superman couldn't show up. Batman and Wonder Woman knew each other, and they could have both pulled up at the same time and went to go deal with her.
That would
Enchantress.
That would make them.
But they didn't pull up.
So nice.
That's why I like with Aquaman, they kept that shit general. But with Aquaman, it's part of a bad universe that's already messed up. So what can you do? Because you're stuck in the bind. So either you reboot or you continue and just deal with the flawed films that's already there. You either reboot or you deal with the flawed films that's already there. I think they're just going to deal with the films that's already there and just keep moving forward. And just deal with those movies, just work with the timeline they got and just make it work. I think that's what they're going to do. I doubt they're going to reboot. I wish they would and keep certain actors and just reboot entirely, but they're not going to reboot. Because Aquaman's still part of the Justice League movie. He's part of that universe. Same thing. Well, Wonder Woman is different for her because she started so far back. Her second movie takes place in the 70s. Her first movie takes place in the 40s.
You got the rest of
Close the door.
Cars.
Close the door. Recording the video.
My name.
Both of those are like far off from the universe, so they're not direct.
Okay, so back to the Wonder Woman thing and Aquaman. So do you remember in Wonder Woman when they did like the flashbacks to the how everything started? Remember when they showed Green Lantern, the lanterns? They showed the
Oh, you talking about the war?
Yeah, the big war.
Yeah,
and they had
the Green Lanterns, the gods.
Yeah, all the gods, and it had what's that one? The nigga with the long hair, before the Aquaman before time.
You mean Queen, the king of Atlantis?
Yeah.
King Atlan.
Yeah, because he, I think his name. He was there. I don't know if you know, he was there. He was either
Oh, the flashback when they show.
Yeah,
he was there.
Yeah, he was there.
I mean, Atlantis was there, but that battle was like.
He was. I mean, he was there. He was there.
I don't think he. No, because he locked himself away.
Yeah, he locked himself.
I don't think he was there for that battle.
But there were like
there was a bunch of Atlanteans, but I don't remember seeing him.
So
it was a person that looked like him though, but it wasn't him. I know.
So there should have at least. I think Wonder Woman should have showed up in Aquaman because first of all,
I mean, makes sense because Aquaman's trident is like the trident of Neptune, Poseidon. Yeah. Wonder Woman is associated with the gods. She's the daughter of Zeus. So her and Aquaman got a lot in common because they're both linked to the gods.
Yeah. So they
So them like communicating and talking to each other it's like it should be seen more in the universe because they got. So Wonder Woman's sword is Zeus. You know, he hooked her up with her powers and shit. Aquaman got trident of Poseidon imbued with Poseidon's power within it to control all 7 seas. So you know he got that power.
So they mentioned Steppenwolf, however you say his name, Steppenwolf, whatever. In Aquaman, they mentioned it in Wonder Woman. So I mean that just kind of
right. I mean, I think for Aquaman, the idea of the film, because a lot of people see this, a lot of people don't. They're trying to steer clear of like going too direct because that was the problem. They was trying to connect too fast. They was connecting too fast, not doing it slow. And you know, I think even for Aquaman, they should just keep it direct, general for now, and just keep it like Shazam. Even though Shazam is gonna be all comedy, I think it might be a okay comedy film, but they should just not try to connect it too fast. Superman can maybe show up and give him some like words of encouragement.
Yeah.
And that's it. He just dips. Let Shazam fight his own villain, and Superman shows up at the end of the movie like, hey, I see what you're doing, see you putting in work. I just want to come by and check you out and let you know, like, hey, you keep this up, you may have a place on Justice League at some point.
And, you know, they have like 2-3 extra chairs. You know, remember, I think it was in the end of Justice League.
Yeah, they had the round table.
Yeah, they had some. So, I mean, Green Lantern.
They waiting for a Green Lantern movie.
Man, we waiting for Martian Manhunter.
Yeah,
Martian Manhunter. We got a lot of movies.
They did, Martian Manhunter, Green Lantern. We need his movie. It's the way they built the universe, because like even Marvel, I give them props. Even though some of their movies kind of iffy for me. In Phase 1, they did it tight because they gave all the main heroes solo films, except for Black Widow and Hawkeye. They gave all the main heroes movies before Avengers 1, and then they dropped Avengers 1. Then they came out with they second movies and third movies after. They should have done that. But yeah, I was about to say something else. Shit, what was I about to say? Oh yeah, about Steppenwolf. Now Steppenwolf in Justice League, his motivations weren't per se trash. The way he did it, which was trash, this nigga Steppenwolf waited all those thousands of years, right?
To do that, yeah.
To do this. Why didn't this nigga come back with some real help? He came back by himself again.
Yeah.
He came back by himself. He's like, I'm finna do this shit right. Came out with these weak ass. Well, the Parademons was OP. But he came out with these weak ass soldiers. Nigga, where's Granny Goodness? You should have brought Darkseid this time because you failed the first time. You should have. Darkseid just put up, said, I'm finna do it myself. You know. That's my only issue with Steppenwolf. But Steppenwolf, you gotta think about it. Put Steppenwolf in the MCU. He'll be wrecking niggas. Because think about it.
It's a wrap.
He was going head up with Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Flash, Superman whooped his ass.
Oh yeah, that's Superman. Yeah, Superman.
Steppenwolf was fighting OP guy characters compared to mortal kind of characters.
Yeah.
Like, imagine if someone was going head up like Cap, Iron Man.
That's an ass. It's a wrap.
He gonna serve him up. Black Widow. I don't know about Thor and Steppenwolf, the movie Thor and movie Steppenwolf, but he'll be wrecking shit. But Steppenwolf, he was tight for his action scenes. He has some dope dialogue. But he's kind of like Thanos. They both were cool in presence, cool in visuals, but they didn't have no origins. Their origins was lacking, and they were just cool to look at for me. Like Steppenwolf was just cool to look at, and it was cool to see him fight. But his dialogue, he said some cool things, but a lot of those cool things he said wasn't enough. Same thing for Thanos. He said a lot of cool shit, but it wasn't enough for me to believe like what he was doing made sense. Because what Thanos was doing, he tried to make sense for himself, but it didn't make sense for me. That's just me.
Thanos is Two-Face. I don't know. That nigga's weird.
Anything else y'all want to say? Because we about to hit the 35-minute mark, and I'm all out of everything I got to say, and I think we gave enough. But for everyone who thinks, I'm finna address this right now.
Aquaman is a 4-star. I'm just saying that.
I'm finna address this right now. I don't watch no DC TV shows. I'll stop watching Black Lightning because that season 2 is trash. Season 1 was better.
What about the Flash? Come on now.
I don't
Oh,
watch
that's
Flash.
horrible.
I don't watch Flash and
Iris is just messed up.
Iris is
for me.
bad.
Iris
What?
messes that up for me.
Iris cute, but I stopped watching that shit.
Iris is bad, fam. She
I don't watch the Marvel TV shows either. I'm done with those because that shit. I'm done with that shit. I'm only sticking with animations, comics, and these movies. If these movies start fucking up like the TV shows, I'm done with these TV shows, and all I got left is my animations, my video games, and my comics of these superheroes. That's all I got left.
Yeah.
If these movies fail me again for DC and Marvel, y'all failing me. Y'all killing, y'all wrecking my soul. But look, we gonna end the video there. Y'all go see Aquaman. Bumblebee was
Not
trash.
in 3D.
Oh,
Bumblebee
not in
was
3D.
trash.
Not in 3D. Bumblebee was cheats. Do not watch that movie, please.
Bumblebee was trash. Don't
Do
waste
not
your
watch that
time.
movie, please. I haven't seen it, but I just don't do it.
Red alert! Anybody tell you go see that movie for the G1 scene? They a damn lie. That G1 scene of them on Cybertron was 2 minutes.
You
My
can
nigga.
take your 5-year-old.
That was a
cousins,
2-minute
but
scene.
don't
Yeah, take your
your
kids. That's a good kids
kids.
movie.
Yeah.
But that Bumblebee movie was trash. They had one scene of them niggas on Cybertron. This shit was weak. But y'all have a good day. Go spread some peace, love, and positivity. Deuce.